And Jet Li, yeah, he's always played and portrayed as that killer who's like just going out there to do it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, man. Jackie Chan, he's creative as fuck. So like, no matter what situation you put him in, he's gonna find a way to go around it.
Nigga,
this
is boxing.
Bro. Yes,
this is not.
You gotta be creative. You can't just punch a nigga.
You also
gotta figure out how to punch the nigga.
Okay, well, nigga, KSI beat fucking Logan Paul, and let's be honest,
he had to be creative. Guess what? Yes, he did.
Creative?
Yes, he did.
No, bro, he was
Logan
a fucking
Paul is
dog.
taller than him.
He was literally.
He's a creative dog. Nigga.
A's for ambition, be what I wanna be. See past the situation that's in front of me.
Mushroom Kingdom, here we go.
Oh my gosh. Alright, so let's just get into it now.
Yeah. Alright, so pretty much first thing we want to talk about a little bit was Deji versus Mayweather. I mean, I know we somewhat talked about it in the last one, but it's like
it's crazy.
It's starting to come up. I think we'll continue to talk about it because there are new things that are coming out. Like just recently, there was the face off between them, and I'm not sure
really?
if you watched
I
it.
didn't see that shit.
Yeah. Which is interesting because I think it kind of shows why Mayweather is kind of like taking these type of fights because they're just exhibitions.
Well, yeah, he's doing it for money. We all know that.
Well, yeah, of course. But the thing is, because, you would look at it and be like, okay, realistically, why is Mayweather fighting somebody like Deji, right? Instead of somebody like Jake Paul, whatever, right? Because Jake Paul has been the big dude who's like, okay, well, I want to fight Mayweather. And then you know that whenever Logan was fighting Mayweather originally, him and Logan weren't even really beefing. It was Jake Paul and Mayweather, remember? Because
Jake Paul. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, like he would take the hat. He would do all that stuff. Enticing.
Remember, we gotta remember though, fucking Jake Paul, dude.
Right, but Jake Paul. But
he's
somebody who's trying to sell fights. You know what I'm saying?
That's what
he is that guy.
That's what he's doing. Yeah. Right. So he did his job for that thing, and I think Floyd kind of just saw that and just used that as more like, okay, this is gonna be a bigger event. We're gonna sell more tickets. Yeah, Logan, you're gonna make less money. I
don't know, because I don't think that in those type of moments that he expected Jake to do that. Because
not in the moment, but I'm saying Floyd's a businessman.
Well, I also think back then because Jake Paul had kind of less of a.
I thought that was at the height of his clout, I guess.
Well, it was before him versus Tyron Woodley. It was before that. Really? So the people he fought was Nate Robinson, Ben Askren, right? And then, so it wasn't really that big of a deal versus Logan Paul and KSI. That was one of the most watched boxing matches in our specific time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's that's why it was more so a big deal for Logan Paul to be fighting Mayweather at that time.
Which is also really cool that just the whole YouTube boxing event is I love that so much. That's so awesome for YouTube and the growth of just the creator economy and the real economy and just building legacies.
Because they're stories.
Yeah.
They're stories, which is so cool.
Yeah.
Just to
and it's
have
built
that.
off the best story.
Yeah.
It's built off two sets of brothers going at each other.
Well, technically, from the beginning, it was from Joe Weller.
Oh, that is true.
Remember, I did forget about Joe Weller and KSI. Yeah. Which, if I might be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure before the KSI versus Joe Weller fight, Joe Weller had fought somebody else. And there was a fight before the KSI versus Joe Weller fight, but from KSI joining in on it, it was the first thing to make it boom, pop, right? And then he beat Joe Weller, and then that was when the whole calling out the Paul brothers, and then it put it even more on the map,
overdrive,
right? Yeah. So, which was really interesting. Yeah. It's very
and just think for a second, all the undercard fights that we don't remember.
Yeah.
Who the fuck fought underneath Joe Weller and KSI?
Well, it wasn't during that fight, but I know in the first KSI versus Logan fight, there were people like Jake Paul versus I'm pretty sure.
Wait, in the KSI versus Logan?
Yes, because Jake Paul fought Deji.
Not that first time.
The first fight.
Oh, it's right. Yeah, it was.
Because I'm pretty sure in the second fight, Jake Paul fought Gib.
Yeah, and Gib had his whole crab moment, and then after that, he was done, and he went to go fight Ben Askren.
Gib didn't fight.
No.
Oh, you're talking about Jake Paul.
Jake went to go fight
after that, he fought I think he fought one more person after Gibb. Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe it was Deji, Gibb, then it was Nate Robinson, then it was Ben Askren, then it was Tyron Woodley twice. Which he beat Tyron Woodley the first time off of split decision, I think, and then the second time he knocked him out.
And the second time he got a tattoo, having a fucking
and now they're like friends.
Yeah, which is crazy. This is crazy.
And now Tyron Woodley is trying to fight KSI, and so is Tommy Fury, even though those were both opponents of Jake.
Yeah,
which is
really
Tommy Fury's trying to fight KSI.
Wait, is Tommy Fury like a big dude or he's like a?
Well, you know,
I wish this was like a green screen.
You know,
so
Tyson
like,
Fury.
Wait, hold on. I wish this was like a green screen so that like when we're talking, we can just put the fucking names of people. I was like, I need a visual aid of these motherfuckers.
No, literally. So, because you know, Tommy Fury is Tyson Fury's younger brother.
Yeah, and Tommy Fury is the dude, the main dude who's like really fucking good, right?
No, Tyson Fury.
Oh, Tyson Fury. Okay.
Because Tyson Fury is the big heavyweight.
Okay.
Like doesn't really look like he's in shape, kind of fat, but he's tall. Like he's not fat, but like he fought Deontay Wilder.
I thought Anthony, what's his name? Anthony Joshua.
Maybe he did that too. I'm not sure if he did or not, but those were like kind of the big fights that like Tyson Fury was known for. Him versus Deontay Wilder. There was like 3 fights of those, but like he's like a heavyweight champion, right? Like he's really well known.
And he's trying to fight or younger brother trying to fight.
His younger brother was trying to fight Jake Paul.
Is his younger brother good?
I think his younger brother is okay. I don't know where I would scale him to like Jake. I don't know where I would.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
Would you say he's worse than Jake? Would you say?
I would say skill wise, they're maybe the same. And the only reason why I say that is because the Fury family is a fighting family, so they've been doing it for a long time.
One of those guys,
right?
Yeah. Which I think is so cool that you like people like just dedicate their like family lives. Like, yeah, my father was a fighter.
No, literally,
my father was a fighter. That shit.
Just so like I mean, kind of like Mayweather. You know, like he started boxing when he was 4 years old. And he's been doing it his whole life.
I knew that, but is his dad in like boxing?
I don't remember if his dad was a pro boxer, but I'm pretty sure he was. I mean, I know he's been his coach his whole life.
Oh shit!
And his father has coached other people too. Like he's like a big figure in the boxing world, right? So
yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's like a boxing family. Yeah, so that's essentially how it is. So I would put maybe skill wise because Jake has been. It's kind of weird to say he's like a prodigy when in reality, just because of the money he's worked with, like some of the best coaches in the world for boxing. So it's like, is it really him being a prodigy, or is he just working with the best of the best versus somebody who starts from the ground up and then dedicates their life to it? You know what I'm saying?
But we all kind of know like who we really like more. Like, you know, like as an audience member.
Are you talking about Jake?
Talking about Jake, just boxing in general, like the storylines and just the people.
Yeah.
You always fuck with the people like
which is why YouTube boxing has worked.
Well, yeah, it plays into that because you like fuck with people like Khabib, who's been doing it for so long, and he has a whole story written grind, and he's fucking killing it, fucking best story, you know, respect. Then somebody like Jake, who just kind of started it like fucking 4 years ago, paid his way in, and then on top of the fact his gimmicks and shit.
That's true. I mean, it all really plays into the fact of his whole, like, because he's always been very arrogant and stuff like that. And then, you know, used to be the Disney kid.
Yeah,
stuff like that. And
shit,
then the Team 10 shit. Because you know, like, back in that era of YouTube, everybody was dissing on everybody. That was the diss track era. Right?
And you know who started that?
KSI. Well, yes, and also no. Like, okay, like, KSI had a huge influence in it, right? But there were way more people who were doing a bunch of diss tracks during that year, and KSI kind of hopped on the trend. It was kind of similar to the boxing shit.
Yeah. Wait. So did it start with Rice Gum and them?
I think it started with Rice Gum.
Really?
Yes.
Yo,
because he started it from like the Musical.ly shit to like.
Imagine Rice Gum's career, bro. Imagine being Rice Gum. Imagine starting a fucking major trend in YouTube that like got millions, if not billions, of views.
Yeah,
and then being irrelevant.
That was the thing because he grew like in like I think he had like 3 million subscribers in like 3 months.
Really?
Yes. It was insane.
That is crazy.
Because that was with the diss tracks and shit. Like, it was...
The algorithm was going crazy.
I know. Man. Yeah, it was insane. And he kind of was like... And the thing was, he sucked. Like, he sucked at the diss tracks.
Yeah,
like, the rapping was never, like...
Yeah. It was all, like, meme kind of, right? It was, like, on that SoundCloud type of shit, you know?
Yeah, you know what
He
I'm
was,
saying?
like, elite SoundCloud.
Right. But... From there, it brought in so many other, because people would diss back, and then other people would hop on the train.
Sidemen getting involved, it blows up. I think then it even
that was crazy.
Yeah, which that whole shit. But also, it's funny, you can still see its effects into boxing. Because guess what? KSI and Logan are doing now.
Yeah, they were dissing up to those fights. They would do diss tracks on each other before the fight, which was more promotion.
For
and the fight.
And also more like paid. That CPM probably going crazy.
Yeah.
Because they're literally the headline of a major event. Like, that shit is... They probably made fucking bank on it.
Yeah, which is crazy because I know for at least Logan, like, I guess he must have wrote his junk for, like, a little while in preparation for the diss track for their first fight, I think. And then KSI just saw it and was like, oh shit, now I gotta do something, right? So he had to make shit in, like, under a week.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. Yeah, that whole... Yeah. I mean, he did it and he fucking killed it, bro.
Yeah.
And hey, I'm just glad that YouTube boxing is going strong like that. I hope that I would love to go to a YouTube boxing event. Like, I feel like that must be such a chill fucking place to go.
Dude, that would be crazy if we ended up, like, getting big off of this to be able to do something like that. That would be insane.
Be nuts,
like,
yo.
Especially by, like, the KSI versus Jake Paul fight.
Yeah,
which,
dude.
To me, that fight is like the end all be all.
Yeah,
like,
that's like the best
I
fight.
know
like,
they want to keep it going afterwards, right?
They don't want to, like,
me personally, I feel like once that fight happens,
it's like
I'm done. like you know what I'm saying?
Complete,
like the saga's complete. I finished the story. Now everything they're doing from here on out is just filler. You know what I'm saying? like if I was thinking about this as like an anime, that's like that fight that they've been hyping up for a long
big battle, bro. They're gonna fucking stop like mid fight and be like, "There's a fucking earthquake in the building.
Dude,
everybody get out!"
Or it's like Jake Paul versus KSI 2.
Yeah,
it's like, bro, oh my gosh. And then there's
this time it's really happening.
Oh my gosh. But that's the end all be all fight to me. I know some people, because some people are wanting it to go full circle, and make Deji fight Logan on that same card as KSI.
That would be lit.
Which would be lit, but it would be crazy because here's the thing. Now KSI and Logan are partners.
Well, yeah,
and then,
but I mean,
like,
dude, here's the thing.
Deji doesn't really have beef with Logan.
He doesn't. So I guess that would turn into a money game then.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that kind of ruins the merits.
Yeah.
Because we saw that with TikTok, their whole shit. That just kind of ruined.
And I think when Logan tries to fight somebody that he doesn't actually hate, it's hard to sell it. Personally.
Yeah, because Logan, he's not saying that he's a goofy guy. I guess he's kind of a goofy guy.
I guess.
You don't see him as like a mean guy just to go off and like, fuck you. You know, so.
I just like... I think that's why when his fight with KSI worked, because back then there was beef, and they were beefing, like, and they were mad, like, and there was the jokes, there was the trolls, there was this, like, whenever somebody was trolling somebody else, then they literally, bro, like, and that's why it worked. Like, whenever I saw, you know, Logan versus Mayweather, and the disses and trolls that he would do to Mayweather, it was just like, okay,
it was half-assed.
We know that this is just like, okay.
It was corny
and then Logan Paul didn't even end up getting paid for that fight.
I mean, he did.
He still hasn't got paid. The fight happened like a year ago. A year ago.
That's why Logan had to move down to Puerto Rico, get that tax break. Can't afford his mansions anymore.
Jesus. But
he should do a video where it's like, Floyd made me homeless. It's like him holding a fucking bag.
That's why I'm glad for Deji ended up getting paid by the company instead of Mayweather for this fight.
Ooh, I see. Yeah.
Like Mayweather isn't paying him; the company has paid him,
That's
and
good.
so he's already been paid, and so he's good and ready to go essentially.
That actually segues me perfectly to DAZN, because I was doing some research beforehand about DAZN, like the actual like company structure and umbrella of boxing. Actually, funny enough, dude, when I was doing my research, I found the chairman of DAZN. I think his name was like Kenny something.
Okay.
he's a really fucking smart guy, and he started his whole like journey and like company and business shit back at the fucking 90s.
Right.
But here's the thing: he's always been on this internet age. Mm-hmm. From like day one, he was hired by, I think it was Disney, or was it some other company, to manage their like internet and their global affairs.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so he has like.
Yeah, he has like pedigree, bro.
Right, I was about to say. So he has a record. He has reputation.
Yeah, this dude is him.
Okay, interesting.
Because he also he started Disney Plus.
Really?
Yeah, and he oversaw a lot of like the mergers and acquisitions. Like he was the guy who I think was Fox News or whatever.
And
like,
so he's also the head of the Zone.
Yes, if I remember correctly, he's a chairman of the board.
Okay.
So that means he's pretty much
like
in charge.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, and also he oversaw Miramax getting sold.
So this dude has like stupid bank.
Stupid bank is stupid knowledge.
Yeah.
So that's why like when I see the Zone and I see this not Netflix, see this boxing shit, it can really go to the next level because they have the guys.
Yeah, and I mean it's been going to the next level. It's only been elevated. Like even
keep going, bro.
Even with because you look at the first Misfits fight that KSI had where he fought two people, and then Deji versus Fusey, that fight like a month and a half ago, right? That was interesting, and then I saw Misfits 2. At first, when I saw the card, I wasn't interested. Granted, I just wasn't interested. Like there was like maybe one name that was on the card that I was like, okay, I'll maybe be interested to see that, which was Slim, which he was in Misfits Boxing 1 when he beat FaZe Temper, right? But I didn't really care. And then I saw the press conference. The press conference, boom, sold it for me. If you would have saw that press conference, you would have been like, oh, wow, I'm actually intrigued to see all these fights. Because there was beef going on through all these different people. And like, oh my gosh, it was crazy.
You know what's so funny?
It made me excited.
The press conferences never really do it for me.
Really?
Yeah, especially after KSI and Logan. I was like, I'm not interested in
Sometimes they're really corny. Sometimes they're really corny and they could be really bad.
I like the funny ones though.
The funny ones are hilarious. Yeah. But that's why that one was like great because
it was actually like
it was funny and it was engaging and you could like and they were like beefing and it was just like it was just crazy, bro. It was insane.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Zone goes for like actual celebrities. Like I wouldn't be surprised if like the next 10 years.
That's what I want to happen, but I'm afraid it has to take a celebrity to do it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
but I'm afraid celebrities aren't trying to do it because they're afraid of what comes with it.
I feel like the right situation will happen like the next 10 years. We're going to get a celebrity who's going to be kind of hip to it a little bit and who's actually going to have some like beef with somebody else.
Right.
And then the Zone's going to be there, fucking KSI even maybe. And then they're going to capitalize on that. And I do think it's going to be rocky at first. I think I agree. The first fight will either be really great or really shit.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Because I don't think there's no in between with these things.
Well, there's a reason why I say like I think celebrities are afraid to do it because they're afraid of what comes after they lose, right? Like imagine because it's different with
it's out in the role of like fucking like.
Well, it's different. It's different like as a YouTuber, right? Where it's like okay, when you die as a YouTuber or whatever, I feel like unless you played all your cards right, that's meant to happen someday. You know what I'm saying? Because it's YouTube. It's not like you're.
Wait, you mean like if a nigga dies, like?
No.
Oh,
like
the channel
and like the views and the influence.
Influence. Okay,
No. But as like a celebrity, right? Like let's say you're a fucking actor or you're a fucking basketball player or a fucking like
your influence is gonna wane at some point.
Yeah. Your influence is gonna wane like crazy, and then you're not gonna get work.
Yeah. So you're gonna say it's gonna be like a has-been thing, like all the has-beens are gonna come out and try to make something happen.
Maybe.
It's possible.
But I'm saying the celebrities that are like okay, let's say 2 movie stars ended up going head to head.
Let's say Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Jonathan Majors. Let's say they have beef.
Okay, well that is not a fight.
Dude, have you seen Jonathan Majors?
I've been seeing Jonathan Majors.
This
but
man
Jonathan
came out and said,
but nigga, have you seen The Rock? Do you know how big the fucking
Rock?
Do you know who?
That's a boulder. That's a pebble.
Bro, like The Rock is still The Rock. Nigga.
Yeah,
I'm about to go see Black Adam on Friday.
Black Adam's finna beat his
that
ass.
nigga Kang's ass. No, but yeah. Sure, let's just use them as an example, right? Then Jonathan Majors loses.
Yeah.
And then you want to be the director to be like, oh yeah. I was thinking of Jonathan Majors for this movie. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you see what I'm getting at.
That's just actually wild. Like, imagine like Jonathan Majors loses a fucking fight, opportunity to put on a movie. It's like, yeah, dude, I don't know. You just lost that fucking fight, dude.
No, literally. Like, now, some people when they lose play their cards right in terms of what they say and how they carry themselves. Yeah. Like with the Fuzi versus Deji fight, the stuff that Fuzi said after the fight gave him a lot more respect by a lot of people because going up to it, he was the main dude who was trash talking, right? And he was doing all that.
You were right. It's all about how you play it. With me personally, with Fuzi, I've not seen shit from Fuzi. Like after this fight, it's been nothing. It's been ghost.
Well, I mean, he got like really injured.
Oh, it's right. I forgot.
So he had to like get surgery and shit.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, in his eye. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, like his eye got fucked up. I'm pretty sure something happened to like his jaw and shit. Like he has to get like surgery. Like it's like really bad.
That's the danger of boxing too. That's another reason why celebrities might not go for it.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
If you're in the ring and the Rock throws a fucking haymaker, you're fucking skull.
But they're not gonna put somebody like the Rock up against like somebody like fucking Brad Pitt. Like there's weight classes for a fucking reason. Like if the Rock was in there, they would have to put him up with somebody like, dude, I don't even fucking know, like goddamn
the mountain from Game of Thrones. That nigga just fucking
like literally like just.
Wait, okay, all right. Let's do like movie lineups. So like people like characters in movies or the actors, like a duo, and put them in a boxing match and who you got winning. So to start out,
Brad Pitt versus Leo.
Exactly.
Who do I got?
Who do you got?
Okay.
I know who I got.
Here's the thing. Right. Off first glance, I have Brad.
Real
off first glance.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
Okay.
Training can really. I feel like Leo could really, if he works with the right trainers, right? Because he is a dude who dedicates himself to his craft. He's a dude who dedicates himself to the craft. When he is in there, he is there, right? He's focused, right? And
especially if he doesn't have a girlfriend.
If he's on, okay, well, that's a big problem for people who go into fights too. That semen retention, because bro, you have to not have sex. Like if you do, like you're probably fucking yourself up.
So you're saying a fucking horny. or horny out.
Well, bro, you know in the Misfits 2 fight, there was somebody like literally 3 people in the press conference were like, yeah, I haven't had sex in 3 months. I haven't had sex in 3 months. Oh yeah, man, I haven't had sex in 2 weeks for this fight. And then some dude was like, I've been a virgin my entire life. It was funny, bro. It was really funny. But that's what I'm saying. Like stuff like that, right? Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like off first glance I had Brad, but if I saw the training, I might sway.
See, I disagree. Especially with semen retention. Fucking semen retention, Brad Pitt is beating the fuck out of Leo. Bro, because this man did Fight Club. He was Tyler Durden, so he's gonna activate that shit. Especially with Angelina. If he sees Angelina on a bad day,
to the fight. No, that's crazy too because think about the celebrities that will go to the fight.
Like all your exes are lined up. They would be there too, like front row.
No, I know. Literally,
teams, you'd be like, okay.
Angelina with all of her like freaking African kids. Yo, dude! Oh my gosh, that's insane.
Yeah, and who was that dude who said that fucking racial Asian slur? Like that announcer, remember?
Oh, that one guy from oh my god.
He was from England or some shit, right?
Yeah. What card was that on?
It was I don't know.
Was it Deji versus Alex?
No. It was actually maybe it was the Salt Poppy dude. Not Salt Poppy. What's his fucking name?
It was the YouTube versus TikToker event.
Real? Wait, no, because the dude who does the Raw on TikTok.
Yeah, I know, Salt Poppy.
So that's his name?
Yes.
Oh shit. Oh well, Salt Poppy. He is on TikTok, and he might have did that shit, but this was a YouTube one. Like this one was actually.
Well, the one that he did afterwards was the Deji versus Alex Wasabi.
So it might have been.
that
one. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I forgot about that one where he was like, every single one he was saying all these like racial slurs, and then the whole crowd was just fucking
booing
dead,
him,
bro.
Dude, like he was trying to like play it off, like he showed up like it was a fucking good joke. He was like, yeah, I'm you know what this is gonna, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna make fun of him for being Asian,
bro. I don't know. That was certainly interesting. But
yeah. But no, wait. Just imagine that dude though. Like
you're talking about like on a fight?
No. I'm saying like imagine Angelina Jolie with her black children, and he's the announcer.
But yeah, just from that job, that one announcement job that he did.
Yeah.
He's not getting jobs afterwards, bro.
Imagine him working at McDonald's and like an Asian person is like on the thing.
Is that an accent I hear? In the drive-thru. Is that an accent I hear?
Hey, who the fuck is this guy?
Nah, but yeah, I don't know. I think it would be interesting to see if there would be a celebrity fights and stuff like that. I don't know how small it would start out, and I don't know the type of people who would end up going into it, you know, because like people want to see the bigger people go into the fights, you know, when realistically, if something like that were to happen, it would start from the smaller people, and not many people might be interested in it.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
That makes sense, yeah.
Until a big person goes into it, similar to KSI.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so next question. Who you got? You got Jason Bourne.
The dude who plays Jason Bourne?
Well, yeah, Matt Damon. Yeah.
I'm like, are we talking about actual Jason Bourne, or are we talking about Matt Damon?
Both. So you got Matt Damon versus Tom Cruise. You got in a boxing match. It's kind of a tough one.
I don't know, because Matt Damon's bigger than Tom Cruise. He's like, yeah, I saw that. Matt Damon's like taller and bigger than Tom Cruise in weight, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
So if that fight were to happen, either Tom Cruise would have to, Tom Cruise would have to go up, and Matt Damon would have to go down. I would feel like.
In weight.
Yeah. You know, so that they could even out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so who you got though? You got.
I guess Tom, right? You have to go with Tom. You know, you can't really say like. No, like
this man was fucking
dude hasn't risked his life for the past like 40 years. Literally,
if I had to fight a man who wasn't afraid to be on the side of an airplane,
in like flight,
just like going,
sure, people could say he was strapped to the fucking brand, but like, bro, it doesn't matter.
If that shit snaps, that's him.
That's grip strength, bro.
Yep, it's like I got it. Yep,
yeah,
I got it.
like bro.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I got Tom in that one too.
Yeah, okay. Like that's you can't.
Yeah. So I got another one. This might be taking it too far, too quickly.
You're saying you're gonna say Kanye versus Drake, aren't you?
That's my overlap. No. But no, Jackie Chan versus Jet Li in a boxing match. I know you gotta think a little bit. See.
Then Jet Li.
Jet Li. You got Jet Li.
Cause boxing, they're not like, okay, think about both of their fighting martial arts styles. And then you gotta tell them, forget everything you know, and then move to boxing. And then they gotta train like that for a certain amount of months. The only reason I would maybe have Jackie Chan is, isn't Jet Li older than Jackie?
I was about to say,
by this point? Okay, and they're both really old.
Yeah, in this scenario, we're gonna have to age him down. So 35 Jackie Chan versus a 35-year-old Jet Li.
Oh shit.
Man's like, fuck.
Okay, well that I don't really know.
Because I got Jackie Chan. Like Jackie Chan is the man. If he can get it,
dude, he's the man. But like, bro, it's like similar. Okay, here's the thing. It's similar to Tom Cruise.
Are you telling me Jackie Chan?
Hold on. It's similar to Tom Cruise in the sense of this dude takes risk stunts all the time, right? He's the man with the plan that does the stunts all the time, right?
Exactly, yeah.
But as far as like in terms of martial arts, because I feel like Jackie Chan he was that actor where it's like, oh shoot, I'm trying to do this semi-Chinese action-y movie. Jackie Chan's the guy that I go with, right? So yeah, but there's comedic action to it, so it's like
he's a funny guy, yeah.
But when you wanted martial arts and you wanted it to look good, and
wow.
it's not.
No.
I'm not saying no. I mean like just straight up martial arts, straight up bar for bar. It's action.
Dude, Jackie Chan,
not comedic.
Bro, yes, but listen. You listen.
Dude,
you missed the point.
Have you watched?
I've
watched Jackie Chan. Jackie
That's
Chan
not what I'm
is
saying.
fucking dude.
Bro, that's not what I'm saying.
Yes, like straight up action, like Jet Li. He does things. But
Nigga,
Jackie Chan, unequivocally, his style is far superior to Jet Li's.
Don't put them up against each other just to say, oh yeah, there's no way in hell Jet Li's got anything.
Okay.
You can't just do that, right?
Okay. So Jet Li, he does have some skill.
Bro, come on, bro.
Okay,
You seen
Jet Li.
fucking? Oh my God, what is that one movie with Jackie Chan and Jet Li? And is it 1,000 Years or Journey to the West? Journey to the West.
Oh, really? Wait, that's with Owen Wilson, right?
With who?
Owen Wilson? No, that's Shanghai.
Shanghai Nights. I haven't seen that movie. No.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's a fucking classic.
But here's the thing, man. Jet Li, yeah, he's always played and portrayed as that killer who's like just going out there to do it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, man. Jackie Chan, he's creative as fuck. So like, no matter what situation you put him in, he's gonna find a way to go around it.
Nigga,
This
is boxing.
Bro.
Yes, this is not.
You gotta be creative. You can't just punch a nigga.
You also
gotta figure out how to punch the nigga.
Okay, well, nigga, KSI beat fucking Logan Paul, and let's be honest.
He had to be creative. Guess what? Yes, he did.
Creative?
Yes, he did.
No, bro, he was
Logan
a fucking
Paul is
dog.
taller than him.
He was literally.
He's a creative dog, nigga.
He's
Because
not-
Logan
bro.
Paul had to be this tall, bro.
You're saying KSI was creative for doing wingmail punches.
Well,
he was creative.
He had to come
for
up with a different strategy. Yeah.
Nigga,
Here's the thing.
there was no. That's the problem with that fight. There was no strategy. It was go in there, take the nigga's head off.
Guess what? When the strategy failed, he was creative, and he found a way to fucking get around it because he had that.
Bro, I
dog
just
in him, bro.
rewatched that fight recently, so I can straight up look and say, okay, this obviously, like, that's why you look at it and you're like, bro, it's a miracle that fucking KSI won because realistically, everything was put against him.
I can't even hold you. I've not seen that fight in forever.
I know, bro. You have to go back and look at it, like, because anybody could look at that fight and tell you, okay, KSI was just trying to take his head off. Yeah. Logan straight up says it in his podcast.
Well, yeah, but
he's just
you
like,
still gotta be creative though. If we're in a scenario where Jackie Chan and Jet Li are face to fucking face, and Jet Li's got some fucking bamboo shit, he's about to beat his ass. Jackie Chan,
it's no
Jackie
bamboo
Chan
shit.
is
It's
fucking
boxing.
Oh, I forgot that.
Boxing. Nigga, this is what I'm trying to tell you.
All right,
there's
no boxing. Just straight up mixed martial arts. Jackie Chan versus Jet Li. Jackie Chan is beating Jet Li's ass.
In a fucking UFC.
They just fucking WWE. They start throwing fucking trash cans.
Like, bro, you literally put this in a boxing match at first, and then you're over here talking about being fucking creative and shit. I'm like, nigga, Jackie Chan isn't gonna do a fucking flip into a goddamn haymaker, bro.
I mean,
that's he's not gonna do a split uppercut.
You know why? Because he's creative. So he might do some shit like that, and we're just gonna have to.
He won't. He will get disqualified.
Well, we'll never know.
There's rules.
Where does it say on boxing a nigga can't do a flip into a haymaker? Fucking front flip, like bitch.
Like, bro. Anyways.
Okay.
Yeah, that's hilarious. That is so funny, actually. But I can't believe you brought that. and then you brought the fight up just to say, yeah, Jet Li doesn't stand a fucking chance. Like, bro, if you're watching a fight, you want to watch a fight that's like, oh wow, this is a good fucking fight.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I do think it would be an actual good fight. I just look, man, Jackie Chan's the man. I can't go against.
Dude, I fucking like Jackie Chan.
Yeah,
all right, I like Jackie Chan more than I like Jet Li. That's just like
shit. Well then, nigga, fuck Jet Li.
I'm just trying to look at their repertoire of what they have.
Their body of work.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And then look at, you know what I'm saying?
I guess the real question is, okay, so let's do it, I guess, in terms of, like, should it be influence? Nah, just in terms of, I guess, influence. Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan.
What do you mean? You're saying just in terms of influence?
In terms of, like, influence on, like, culture and, like, movies.
If you're saying influence in terms of culture, then it's Bruce Lee, because that's what Jackie Chan was built off of. Like, Jackie Chan is influenced off of Bruce Lee, you know? It's like similar to how Mike Tyson was influenced off of Muhammad Ali. Like, that type of stuff.
But
Bruce is a legend.
Yeah.
And he started that.
Yeah.
And he became an advocate of like Chinese martial arts movies and that type of comedic action-y style, and brought that over, converted it to America, and that's why all those new movies existed with Jackie Chan. And like, we probably like, if I'm being honest, if there was no Bruce Lee, we probably wouldn't have a Rush Hour. I'm being honest.
That is
interesting to think about, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Hold on, me. Because I know, Bruce Lee really was the forerunner on that, and no one else kind of was.
Yeah.
Maybe Jackie Chan would have done something eventually, but nah, he definitely was.
I don't think he would have done. I don't think he would have been able to make it hit the same way it did with Bruce Lee, because Bruce Lee was doing shit outside of the movies that helped. Like, it's similar to Muhammad Ali, right? It wasn't just the boxing. It was the community shit that he was doing, right? And so that's what Bruce Lee did, and that's why it helped bring that type of stuff to...
I guess I thought that Jackie Chan's like longevity and just like the body of work that he would really bolster that. I mean, I guess I could say like money, but like if you think of it in terms of like Bruce Lee, like
but Bruce Lee the inspiring of it, like,
and the fact that he was the origin epicenter, so it came from him.
Which Bruce Lee also died really young, you know. So like we can't say that like he wouldn't have had longevity if he would have been fine, you know.
Okay.
So it's
well, then I guess the controversial question is, who do you think's movies are better? Like, actually.
Well, definitely Jackie Chan. But you also got to think. Like, that's like you saying, what movies do you think are better? Movies that come out today or movies back then?
Well, some movies back then. You know, I'm a film and history.
Okay, but story, sure, maybe. Yeah. Like, I can look at things like Pulp Fiction, right? Came out a while ago, great story, cool.
Yeah,
you know?
I guess if you turn in terms of like actual like I don't say visual quality, because I view it as different. Yeah, like I view like certain aesthetics have like that aesthetic. Like, you got something in the 40s, it looks like that because it was during that time, so it's its own thing. And like I guess a better way to qualify it would be shit like sound. Like, that's like the biggest telltale thing.
Which things have definitely evolved in sound since like those movies.
The first Shaft movie, like the first, like after the intro, cool, sick ass intro, by the way, one of the best intros. And then it's him in the office talking to this guy. And the audio is fucking bad, dude. Yeah. Like, it's clipping, it's going out, it has that big room tone.
And then sometimes the ADR that they would do is really bad. Yeah.
So I guess in terms of that, I guess modern movies definitely dunk on older movies. Yeah. But in terms of like visuals, I think it's more diverse, it's more complicated.
Visuals depends, because I feel like for older movies to compete, they had to have had a certain aesthetic to it, you know. It had to have had a style to compete with movies like nowadays. Like Pulp Fiction, there was an aesthetic to it, right? And that's why, like your short films, why people say, oh, you must take a lot of inspiration from like Quentin Tarantino and stuff like that, because there's a style to it, you know. That's why those type of movies can live forever, because there's a style.
Yeah, which that's true, but also there, on the flip side of it as well, there's also the historical piece too. Because when I'm watching films, sometimes it's just like, okay, this is a good story, good film, I just want to put it on. Right. But sometimes I'm watching them and it's truly like a window into that time period. Like I've been watching a bunch of old movies from the 1940s in France. And all it is just a big window to how they lived. What they did was different. Like, and to think of how like things from that time that was popular then and how it affects our current time, and things in the movie, like events that they actually talk about that straight up like influenced and made what today is. Like, that's another reason why.
Yeah, that's true. But then at the same time, you're also a filmmaker, so I feel like you take those things into consideration versus like the average viewer. Yeah, they can't go back and watch those type of things because of, you know.
Yeah, they would be too accustomed. Which that's another thing that it's a way to a thing that filmmakers need to compartmentalize. Is that filmmaker, and then the actual like consumer, like average Joe.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, we talked about some interesting stuff. I kind of want to bring it back to the boxing side of things, and back to how I was saying I was watching the KSI versus Logan 2 fight again, and then how that story and stuff was kind of like playing out, and the switch up you would see of certain people in their actual circle, you know, which was crazy to see because in the lead up to that fight, at least in the celebrity wise, I feel like as an audience member and a fan, a lot of people were rooting for KSI because at that time you also got to remember not a lot of people like Jake Paul because of the, Logan Paul,
yeah, because of the suicide.
Because of the suicide forest. Wait. Oh, because of the forest. Because of the forest thing, we might have to bleep that out. But because of the forest incident or whatever, right? Not a lot of people liked Logan at the time, right? So I think as a casual audience member, you wanted KSI to win, but realistically, everybody was looking at the stats, right? Yeah. Logan's 6'2". KSI's like 5'10". Yeah. Logan has more weight on him. Logan has more reach on him. Logan looks bigger than him, and then KSI also had to go up in weight to meet him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
but yeah, I don't know. I kind of wanna. I hear what you're saying. I kind of want to take it to like the modern, like recent, like what's been going on with like kind of Prime and like KSI's latest videos.
Whoa,
I know more about that.
Wait,
like,
what are you saying?
You see KSI's new video, like after he made all the after he boxed and everything like that, his new studio and shit like that.
Like the gaming studio?
Yeah, the gaming studio.
Oh, yeah.
That shit, and then also like Prime, and then I guess more so their business aspirations.
You see, Prime is getting to an interesting level to me, right? Because it's so well known and so not at the same time. Like, to me, it's almost like, it reminds me of like the PS5. In the sense of like, this is a very well demanded product, but yet there's not enough supply to meet the demand. Like, I know for me, I've only seen Prime in person once, and it was at a gym, and there was like 2 of them, and like 2 that was left, and I don't even think it was up for us to be able to get. It was only for the people who worked at the gym, right? Because remember, it was when we went to Gold's gym.
Oh shit! Okay, I remember that too. Yeah, okay.
That was the first time and the only time that I've seen it in person.
Yeah, there was a lot though. We should have fucking copped some.
That's what I mean. I wanted to try it. I
actually went back to a Gold's gym because I was canceling my thing, and I was looking for the Prime. Okay, yeah, we can get the Prime. I can save it for the podcast or whatever. There was none. Prime, literally gone.
But that's what I mean. Like, there's not enough supply for the demand, but yet it's getting sold out everywhere that they put it in,
which is crazy. That just shows like the fucking like the audience, you know. That shows like the influence that
I was about to say. It shows the influence that they have, which is also interesting too, because I don't know if you've seen Logan's video recently and how he would compare the drinks to some of the drinks that was
okay
and I because you always know it's when it gets to the marketing aspect of putting out your product, you as a person who is like marketing it and like you want to be like, oh, this is better than this, right? Because you're the head. You're like, oh, okay, like this, we got this better than this, right? This thing has been out for this long and right?
But it's killed this many people. We've killed nobody.
So really, who's winning? You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how I feel about it personally. I don't because it's like, okay,
you don't like it when he's like saying like, yeah, that drink's better.
I think it's different when you have somebody who is an unbiased, right, versus somebody who is they're just marketing.
So you don't believe that Logan's being genuine when he's like, oh, this drink is good, but other drinks are better.
Well, I have no idea because of the supply.
Oh,
what I mean by that is
you can actually taste it yourself.
We can actually taste it ourselves, and I feel majority of the audience actually hasn't had Prime.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's probably.
I feel like majority of both Logan and KSI's audience, because you have to combine them.
Yeah, there's a massive.
This is huge.
Like 40 million people.
More than that, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, dude, there's people all over the country and all over other countries that watch them. You know what I'm saying? And
their TikToks and stuff, and then there's definitely more.
They have
but in terms of like subscribers, I'd say like 40.
Okay, well, subscribers, of course, but yeah, like that's the type of influence they have, and there's just not enough supply. So when you have somebody who is marketing, their product and stuff like that, you just look at it and they're like, okay, well.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I kind of like it. I have a different view. I think it's interesting when you see people who you've like you've grown an attachment to, over the years, and you see them get into like a business realm.
Yeah.
And then you see them like doing that, because it's a different feeling from just let's say Elon Musk. The best comparison on the planet. Like Elon Musk advertising Teslas.
He gets in a business deal with fucking Jeff Bezos.
Oh shit. Yeah, like it's different if they're doing a video like them in a warehouse or some shit, and he's touring the Teslas, and he's like, yeah, these are the Teslas, it's better than Ford, you know? Like, to me, that's very disconnected, because he's a fucking 50-year-old fucking racist ass fucking South African ass fucking.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, I don't know if I would go and say any of that stuff.
I mean, I don't like Elon Musk. You can go fuck himself.
I don't like that. Does a movie with Elon Musk next week. Nah, but
yeah, it's a different feel. It's a different vibe to it.
Okay, it's interesting because I mean, you know, if you would have told me 4 years ago that KSI and Logan Paul would end up being friends and let alone business partners, I wouldn't have believed you, because I'm like, dude, what? They just had like the craziest beef ever, because it was like family beef. It wasn't just like the two of them. It was like family beef. They were talking shit about each other's families. Families were getting involved.
Yeah, but also,
like, it was just like
it's a weird thing too, because like when you get families involved with this internet shit, it's strange.
Yeah.
Because it's like the internet is like, is it real? Like, do we actually like care about what this guy is saying?
Well,
like, what's the rules?
It's real when people start engaging in your family's lives, which is what was happening. You know, like you would have like publicity come out and see KSI's parents on the streets, and then they would bother them like with questions. And shit. Oh, what do you think about your what do you think about your son? What do you think about the? You know what I'm saying? And then that's when it's real. Right, when you have that stuff invading in your private life,
and that's just the nature. Like, it sucks to say, because obviously bad, they shouldn't do it, leaving them alone. Yeah, but I honestly feel like that's just the nature of things.
It is. It's not really something that we can change. Yeah,
like, I mean, you could put laws and stuff like that and like stop people from doing it, but I think people are still gonna.
Then that's gonna get exactly. I was about to say people are gonna find a way, like, and then imagine like. That's how it is. Like, there's a law now saying that the publicity cannot go up and ask Justin Bieber for questions. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Then it's just like, okay, then we're having to put rules on a bunch of shit, and it's just not gonna. Yeah.
And then my mind kind of goes to, okay, so like you can do that, but what about, you know, companies who are exploiting these people for fucking profit for 20 years, and that's completely fine, you know? Yeah. But don't bother Justin Bieber because his mom gets upset. You know, so it's kind of
it's just not really much we can do. You know, it's unfortunately, but yeah, and then I don't know, like I'm bringing this back to the Logan thing, right? Because I myself was a person who I didn't really like the Paul brothers. Yeah, like I didn't like. You know, I know that they came from Vine and stuff like that. I didn't really like them, and then. But I was okay. Anyways, but I had always liked Logan more than I did Jake, and I thought he was fine. I thought he was okay, and then the Forrest thing happened, and then lost all respect for him, as most people did, right?
I thought actually it was.
Anyways,
but I said like 7 out of 10.
Lost all respect for him, right? And shut up. And then over time, I don't know how he did it, but he like got everyone's respect back, and he like had a comeback. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Because he grew a beard out, man. I'm telling you, bro. That's why I can't fuck up, man. Because if I fuck up, I'm gonna have no redemption arc.
I literally cut all of this off, and it's like I've had to keep cutting it because it's just like, bro,
fuck you.
Anyways,
man, I can't grow shit out here.
but yeah, which he started a podcast, and I think that might have had influence in it because people could, you know, look and see who this guy is and stuff like that. But and then there's like, here's the thing. I think I'm to the point where like, okay, yeah, I like Logan now, but then there's still some things that he does and I'm like, that pisses me off. Yeah. Like, did you see his review on Nope?
Oh, yeah, I heard about it. I didn't see what he said.
So pretty much it's when you look at it, it's very hypocritical because the stuff that he is dissing on it is similar to the stuff that he was getting dissed on with the Force thing. What I mean by that is he would diss on like the fact in the review. This is just like one example, but he would diss on stuff in the review of like, oh, why are there guys with these cameras that are going out and risking their lives just to get any little bit of footage, and why are they doing this for clout and da-da-da.
Yeah.
When in reality, this guy is the last person on Earth who should be saying that because of the whole situation that happened with him. Sure, it might not be risking your life in terms of like an alien situation or whatever, spoilers, but you know what I'm saying, just like that idea. And there was a bunch of like that kind of hypocritical stuff in the review, which is just like,
which I mean, my thing on that just,
but also he didn't get it. Like he was also one of those people who like
didn't get the point of it.
Well,
which I mean, it's kind of
I think he was going into it thinking of Get Out, which is what a lot of people do.
Which is, that's a whole other thing of itself,
right?
But just to the Nope thing and being confused on that, he kind of plays me as the people who needs to have everything like logically line up. There can't be any ambiguity. Which I'm not saying movies.
He's a Marvel fan. Everything has to be spoon fed to you.
Like there's no subtlety. There's no like, oh, that's the point of that, you know.
Yeah. Which is also funny considering how he's worked on an picture art project for the past like year,
really,
and that's supposed to be like taken at like his whole like, I don't know if you've kept up with his videos.
This is my first time hearing about this.
He's done some like picture art project where he just like does like these like pictures and like, you know, what are
he takes a picture every day or something.
Yeah. And then like there's like supposed to be like a story around it.
Yeah,
and
which
shit
I mean,
like
that's not like a Nope. That's literally just
no, not like no, but I'm saying like in terms of the idea.
He can
of,
understand
like,
that his IQ can wrap his.
He can understand his pictures, but he can't understand movies essentially, which is why he didn't make it as an actor. Yeah.
But yeah, going to the Jordan Peele thing about how he has to live up to his expectations. It's really interesting because
does he though?
I think that is a narrative. I genuinely think that is a narrative that has dealt with. I think Us broke that for him. I think after people saw Us, it was like, okay, he can do more stuff than just Get Out. So that's why it kind of confuses me when people kind of came into Nope saying like, oh, this has to be like Get Out. I just don't. Is the American audience really that fucking dumb?
I don't know,
like,
because
I'm sorry, like,
with Us and Get Out and Antebellum, all three of those movies, some way or another, have this big twist, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that's why people compare that, or why people were going into the movie Nope expecting that because of those twist moments. And you can argue like, oh, okay, there is a kind of a twist in Nope.
That's more of a flip.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily like a full, oh my god, this is mind-blowing, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, that's...
Which even at that, I think that's silly. I think if people just limit people and creators, filmmakers to specific things, then how are they going to grow and give you something new? You know? Like, there are signatures, like, sure, yeah, like, that Tarantino has, that Jordan Peele has, Spielberg has. But if you, like, saw Spielberg's Jaws, and you're just like, oh, there has to be a fucking shark and everything. Oh, there has to be some big fucking event. But then it's like, he can't do other shit.
But then it also kind of goes back into, like, you could say that's a double-edged sword, because it also kind of goes into the aspect of, okay, we'll play into your strengths. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like how what we were saying earlier about... I'm actually not sure if we did that in this podcast or if we were just talking, but when we were talking about the animation studio shit, right? And then you were talking about how, there are guys who are really good at drawing hair, and then now they're drawing feet, right? And then now that's not really looking too good. You know what I'm saying?
Because
like, just kind of that aspect. Now, I do get what you're saying. Like, you know, being creative, you want to adapt, you want to do things, stuff like that, and it's difficult to do when people... But there is an aspect of just
I guess that's
your strengths.
Which I get, and I don't think any filmmaker is going to just not or disregard their strengths.
Right.
But I think that... I guess it's...
Did you watch Antebellum?
No, I did not watch it, no.
Okay, so you missed out on that movie in his line of work then, because it was like Get Out, Us, Antebellum, Nope.
But, okay, well, even if that's the case, the dude gave you 3 movies that kind of similar things, similar themes, twists, and all that stuff. You really expect him to just keep...
Well, maybe not necessarily similar themes, but similar in the aspect of, there's a twist.
Yeah, well, yeah, similar
Big twist. Yeah. Big twist. Yeah. Right?
Which, yeah, I don't think that you should pigeonhole them. I think that, if you're going into, like, a Simon Smith movie, you should expect certain things. You know,
a Simon Smith movie. This dude doing self-promotion. I think if you're going into let's say Simon's,
the Outlaw, perhaps.
That's like me being like, hey, well, that's like, if you go in and watch anything that Ezra Arndt is a part of, like, you're not going to be disappointed, because he is going to show that he put in the work.
Exactly, he's someone who knows his craft.
But
in short, Jordan Peele, he's gonna be fine, man. I think he's built up enough cachet, so he can do it. Me personally, I hope in my career, I hope to have that flexibility. I hope that people love my style and people really fuck with it, and I hope that I'll be able to do cool shit.
Well, speaking of Nope, actually, and one of the actors, Keke Palmer.
Yeah.
I heard recently that she was going to be playing Rogue in X-Men, for the MCU.
Bro, I swear to God,
a race switch.
I swear to God, an actor gets like one role in like a kind of good movie, and then like literally Marvel, X-Men, Disney, like, all right, hey, sign him up, get him, like literally. Hey.
Dude, literally.
Yeah, Jonathan Majors and now fucking Keith.
Isn't fucking Ryan Gosling about to be like, or wait, who's the maybe it's not Ryan Gosling, but who is the guy in it was that movie that came out on Netflix like back in like fucking July. The Sixth Man, something like that. Chris Evans was in it.
Chris Evans.
And he was playing the villain.
I didn't watch that movie.
Who's the main guy in that? Is that Ryan Gosling?
Let me look it up. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me look it up.
Is that Ryan Gosling?
Chris Evans, Netflix movie. Don't judge my spelling. The Gray Man.
Yeah, I said the Sixth Man. I said that because I think the main character's name was Six or something.
Oh. And you're saying that is he supposed to?
Okay, I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be playing something in the MCU pretty soon too.
Wow.
Yes.
They're getting OD with the man,
bro.
I swear. Like hey, it's keeping the film industry alive right now for jobs and shit. So keep it going.
Which to be fair, it's money, bruh.
It is money.
Like if I look, I'll talk shit about the MCU all day, but if I got in it, nigga, I'm not saying shit. You know what I'm saying?
Stand here and try to pretend to be like an art purist and all this stuff, but I do think art is important and all that stuff. But also you have to keep it real. And
you gotta be a realist. You just have to.
And know that art is influenced by money as much as art is influenced by life.
Yeah, and I know if I got that check, and then not only that, but it puts me on the map for future movies. It's like, bro, why would I turn that? Like, I would be stupid to turn that down.
Exactly.
Even turn down the aspect of even having an audition to do it. Like at least the fact that I could try,
like,
and that
on your principles, like, you know what? No, this is not a good film. You are ruining the degradation of film. Fuck you, Marvel. That guy's a fucking dumbass.
You good, bro? You just had like a movie moment.
Well, I was trying to do like a bit,
but it wasn't funny.
But you see, I was trying. You see, I tried.
But yeah, like, cause like I would love to play somebody like Miles Morales, which to be fair, they probably had that role casted like 3 years ago. Yeah. Which
I mean, hey, there's no stopping, man. Hey, we got a dream.
I would try. I'm gonna try regardless to try to get there. In some type of way. I mean, obviously, because I'm gonna be an actor.
Yeah, it sucks that we have to wrap this up, but I really want to talk about like Mark and RDC World and their like verge and crossover to films, because I think they are doing something interesting.
Crossover to films.
Well, yeah, because like there was a little thread saying that he should play Bernie Mac in a Bernie Mac biopic, and the daughter of Bernie Mac was like, yeah, I would love that. So Mark Phillips from RDC World. But that can be a conversation for another time.
We can
we got, nigga, it's like an hour and 10 minutes. We gotta.
I feel like that's okay. I mean,
I think this is thing like this is clickbait now. Now the audience wants to know. See, we're about to get in something nice.
Okay, well, hold on. So. I didn't know about this though. Like, no, like.
Okay. Well, I'll give you a little bit. I'll give you a taste then. So yeah, it's like a little while back ago. RDC World. Like there was a Twitter from Bernie Mac's daughter, whatever. There was word that Bernie Mac had a biopic coming out, and people were saying the community Mark from RDC World because he looks like him, he acts like him. And then the daughter was like, "Hey,
he looks like him, he acts like him." Does he look like him?
He kind of does. He kind of does. He's dark skinned.
That's it. He's dark skinned. He's
a Negro.
He's black. He's oppressed.
He's a man. Yeah, that one. That's tricky.
He's got fingers.
I think Bernie had some fingers.
I think he had feet.
Anyways.
but yeah, that was pretty much that. And there's just some talks of like, and you know how they're like, I want to talk about just their anime houses, their productions, and how it kind of like relates to film industry and King Beta and everything that he's doing.
Yeah.
But I want to do more research on that, get more in depth, and talk about it.
Well, before we end it off, I want to ask you: do you think it is possible for those people to? And I'm not just gonna say like be in movies, but I mean like transition from what they got going on to being full-fledged actors. And that being like, because you have to think, right, in that transition, right, because they're also going to want to be creative, and they want to have full creative control, right, but then in the production side of things, and then the people who have to hire them, and then those movies end up getting into like actual movie theaters, right? Do you think it is straight up possible for those YouTube people to actually be a part of that stuff and transition from that social influencer to straight up full-fledged actor celebrity? You know what I'm saying? Because I know for me, that's what, like, even when I look at something like this, right? And there's a part of me that gets worried because I feel like this is a risk in terms of, because if this ends up getting found out, or if this ended up getting big, is it going to be difficult for me to be able to make that switch? Sure, I might get money from this. Sure, that might help me like in terms of like traveling, getting auditions, stuff like that, whatever. But because I have this amount of influence, it might be difficult for certain people to be able to pick me up and be like, okay, I want you in this because of the type of influence I have over here. You know what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying. I disagree. I think it's all up to how you play it. Especially in your case and their case as well. If you have leverage and you have fire, it's a business thing, man.
It's all business at the end of the day. So it's like, oh, I want to be hired for this thing. I do have this leverage, this thing. This is what I'm a part of. And then, okay, then you kind of bend it to your will. And you just kind of have to structure it in that way to where you can do that.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I guess I only bring it up because I, personally, at least as of right now, I bring this up because I feel like it'd be difficult to do it and it'd be a challenge. Not impossible, but I feel like it would be difficult to do and difficult to be to happen because, you know, I'm trying to like relate it to a fact of like, okay, let's say Mark ended up doing that, right, and then ended up becoming an actor or whatever, right, and then him being in a movie with somebody like Denzel. And it's like a serious like
which
you know what I'm saying?
Is possible, but I think Denzel at this point in his career, he might not do too many more serious movies.
I think he's like semi-retired.
Yeah. So I can see him maybe coaching Mark, you know, doing a little thing like that, just talking to him like,
that's true. That's what he's been doing with Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah. So I see him doing that type of role. But again, I think it's all possible, man. I really do. I think if you want to make it happen, you can make it happen. You just got to will it, and the situation will arise to where you can do that. And that's another reason why we started this podcast, is because we want to have that for ourselves. We want to be able to go out to the film industry and have an audience and like, just share this journey with you guys and make cool shit and share with you guys, and you guys fuck with it, and everyone kind of fucking works out, you know. So, I mean, hey guys, if you enjoyed that was the Nextup Podcast. That was episode 2. And we'll catch you.
Episode something at this point.
Literally.
At this point, I'm not even going to try to track down the numbers because we've done so much, posted so little.
Only God knows. So thank you guys for fucking with us, and we'll catch you guys next time.
A is for ambition, be what I wanna be. See past the situation that's in front of me. Doubt is an enemy, F we say fuck.